Hi everyone, it's Mr. Heward. I am putting this video together with the help of 4 Year 10 students who are acting as transition leaders, and they kindly agreed to give up some time from home to give their advice and thoughts on the transition process. So this time last year, when they were going through what you guys are going through now with picking your options, they kindly agreed to give you some advice on that and their thoughts, and maybe some information and some feedback that they would perhaps have liked when they were in your shoes. So hopefully you will find this useful. I will hand over to them. So Izzy, if I come to you first, please. Thank you, Izzy.
So for my GCSEs, I chose PE, geography, business, and food tech. I chose subjects that I honestly thought I was just interested in. When it came to picking a humanity, history really wasn't my strong point. Neither was RE, and geography I was just really interested in. So when you're picking your options, just think of things that you are interested in. When it came to something like food tech, I just thought it's something that I could relax in. Obviously, it's still hard, you still got coursework, but when it comes to things like practical, you can talk to your friends and stuff like that. So yeah.
Thank you, Izzy. Okay, Husnain, I'll come to you next. So Izzy, if you put that's it. Husnain, if you unmute.
So for my options that I picked, geography, technology, resistant materials, business and graphics. I like to pick those subjects because they're all pretty familiar with me, and it's all the subjects that I like. And they all have topics that relate to each other. So one of the main points is not to pick something that your friends or teacher or your parents say for you to pick. You know what's best for you to pick. And also think about your strengths and weaknesses that you have. Always pick the subject that you like. And that's it.
Good man, thank you. Max, we'll come to you next.
So I'd say just what I picked: French, music, triple science, and history. I'd say have a balance of things you find fun, and obviously what you're strong at, and things you think will be useful in the future. But don't listen to what other people will say about it. Just pick what you find fun and what you want. So yeah.
Thank you, Matt. And Georgina, we'll come to you.
So for my GCSEs, I picked graphic communications, music, French, and geography. I've always had a passion for art, but I could not draw people's faces for the life of me. So I really wanted to do something artistic. So I went for graphics instead, and I'm really happy that I chose that. With regards to my other subjects, I'm really pleased that I chose them. I've always loved geography. I love to travel. So I thought I was thinking about my future jobs, and yes, I want to go into medicine, but there's loads of different pathways that you can take to get there. I've played the saxophone for about 5-6 years now, and music was a really good way to express my musical ability.
Brilliant. Thank you, Georgina. And Dominic, you've just joined us. And Dominic, I've just asked everyone to give a quick bit of advice to Year 9s who are starting the process of picking GCSEs. So is there anything that you wish that you were told when you did it last year? If not, just introduce yourself and explain what you are doing.
Right now, for my GCSE, I'm doing history, triple science, German, and music. I think probably one of the most important bits of information that I don't think we're given is that of blocks, about where all of the blocks are, because I think I know at least one person in my year who tried to change their options to something they would rather do but couldn't do it because it wasn't in the right block. And I think the ability to change your options later on is quite important.
Thank you, Dom. Yeah, that's an interesting point. So when for the benefit of year 9s watching this, when you pick your options, you will be picked, and then we'll look at class totals, and then they will be blocked, and then we as a school work on trying to make everything fit. And it doesn't always work. So you have to pick subjects in the blocks, and sometimes that means that you might not be able to do everything you want. In most cases, it does work, but there are always a couple that where it perhaps doesn't. So that's a valuable point to raise, Dom. Year 10, just quickly before I let you go, are there any sort of other bits of advice that you'd like to give to year 9? Perhaps is there what's the sort of big difference from year 9 to year 10, for example? And if you were to go back and start year 10 again, is there anything that you'd do differently?
I'd just say don't be scared of like new subjects, because obviously I took PE and business and both new courses, and going into it I was a bit apprehensive about like why I took them, and obviously there's a lot to like take in, but don't be scared of it because it's so interesting. Yeah.
I'd just like to say, because you're at the age where you think that you really enjoy a subject, definitely go for it. But if you've got one option left and you have no idea what to take for it, think about what you're going to enjoy in the future. Don't think about, oh, I've got one left, I'll just go for an easy subject. None of the subjects are easy. You need to go for something that you will enjoy.
Thanks, guys. Two really good bits of advice there. Any last minute bits, year 10?
Yeah, I'd probably say like don't stress about the whole process as much. Like, it like is a little bit scary at first, but like it won't change much like about your education and stuff. So yeah, try not to stress too much about it.
Good man. Thank you, Max. Okay, year 10, thank you for doing this. I will publicly thank you on the video. This was first take. They were kind of surprised with this a little bit. Year 10, thank you very much for giving up your time this evening. It's 4:15 after school. They've had a busy day of online learning, and then kindly agreed to do this in this strange world that we're living in at the moment with Google Meets and working from home. But some brilliant advice there, and some very honest advice for you, year 9. I would echo a lot of what they've said. As a member of staff, I would always encourage students to study something that they're interested in, something that they're good at. We talked about having a balance. What I would always like to see more of is students talking to the teachers in that subject before they pick it, to find out more about it, to identify their strengths and weaknesses in it, and also talk to the students. Year 9, if you know people in year 10 and year 11, you might even know people in sixth form who have been through it, ask them about it. They will give you the honest feedback. Year 9, I hope you find this video useful. Year 10, thank you again. I will work with Mr. Calhoun to find an appropriate way to thank you and reward you. That's us, transition leaders. Thank you very much. Year 10, I'll see you soon. Year 9, I will see you soon. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, sir.
Pleasure. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. Bye. 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 Bye.